evening, everyone. I'm really excited to be here with you and really excited to share my senior thesis on acculturation, stigma consciousness, and mentorship. I wanted to conduct an experiment like this because I'm interested in the factors that aid or deter minority students' pursuit of higher education. The number of minorities who pursue higher education is relatively low. Interestingly, we know what helps students at the high school level succeed as well as what helps them succeed at the college level. But there's a scarcity of research in what gets minority students from high school to college. Some factors have been argued to be important in the effect of the minority population in general. Acculturation is a process that combines two cultures. Research on this acculturation, such as Berry's, suggests that acculturation might be an important component to consider in higher education. Mentorship programs have also been shown to increase graduation rates. In a previous exploratory study, we found that more minority students indicated that mentorship was an important reason as to why they decided to pursue college. Stigma consciousness is an awareness of cultural stereotypes and the expectation of discrimination. Heine identified stigma consciousness in women. I was interested in understanding how stigma consciousness could affect minority students' pursuit of higher education. We predicted in the study that acculturation and mentorship would ameliorate the negative effect of stigma consciousness on a minority student's decision to pursue higher education. 71 freshman high school students participated in the study from two local high schools. Their mean age was 14.5 years. 40 of the participants were girls. 52% of the population was minority, the remaining was non-minority. Only data from the minority population was analyzed here. The entire experiment was available online, and we tested students in a computer lab at their school. Students viewed one of 4 scenario presentations and were randomly assigned by race for those scenarios. Here is an example of one of the presentations. It started off with an introductory slide. The freshman student was Sam, and the hypothetical student matched the gender of the student participating in the experiment. The next slide portrayed either a mentor or a teacher who also matched the gender of the student. The next was of Sam's group of friends. And for the acculturation condition, his friends were white, and for the non-acculturated condition, his friends were African American. Finally, the type of housing was shown as suburban for the acculturation condition and an apartment complex for the non-acculturated condition. Finally, the last slide led students to the questionnaires. Students completed 3 short questionnaires. The first was this questionnaire addressing the questions from the scenario presentation. They asked, should Sam go to college, will Sam apply to college, and will he actually go to college? They were asked these on a 9-point Likert scale. The next was a demographic survey, and finally students took the stigma consciousness questionnaire. 9 questions on the 6-point Likert scale asked how they felt about a statement made about their race. Either they strongly agreed or they strongly disagreed with the statement. An example statement was, I am personally affected by stereotypes of my race. Now the results. We ran a multivariate ANOVA which showed a main effect of stigma consciousness level for the question, will Sam go to college? Those students with high stigma consciousness were less likely to indicate that Sam would go to college. For the next one, we ran a multivariate ANOVA also showing that there was a main effect for condition. The minority students in the acculturation condition were more likely to indicate that Sam would go to college than those in the control condition, which did not have a mentor nor the acculturation. Finally, multivariate ANOVA showed us an interaction between condition and stigma consciousness for the question, will Sam apply to college? Specifically, minority students in the mentor condition with high stigma consciousness were less likely to indicate that Sam will apply to college than those with low stigma consciousness. Now remember, we predicted that acculturation and mentorship would ameliorate the negative effects of stigma consciousness on a minority student's decision to pursue higher education. Our results indicated that level of stigma consciousness affected how likely the students believed Sam would go to college. Also, only in the acculturation condition was positively ameliorated by stigma consciousness. Surprisingly, for high stigma consciousness students, mentorship had a negative effect on whether Sam would apply to college. What does all of this mean? If minority students with high stigma consciousness do not see their race as competitive to the majority group, they may not apply to college. High stigma consciousness might also lead the minority student to choose not to perform well in school, or because of the knowledge of their slim chances of actually pursuing college. Also, the second finding suggests that, regarding culture race, suggests that minority students view higher education as something only appropriate or maybe attainable for non-minority students, that or of their non-minority culture. Thus, more emphasis on promoting college within minority cultures might be necessary. However, it seems that emphasizing minority mentorship might not be enough. And surprisingly, there was the negative effect of mentorship in high stigma consciousness students. This counterintuitive finding might indicate that some minority students see mentorship as remedial instead of valuable, a suggestion that because of their race, they could not make it on their own and need extra help. I hope to use these additional findings and to inform educational policy as well as secondary education programs. I'd just like to say thank you to the Department of Psychological Sciences